car insurance before July 6, you'll get a bonus 20% off your home insurance. Stop paying too much. Call Apia on 135050 and save today.
Offer valid for the first year only, not available online. T's and C's apply. APRA is an authorised rep of AAI Limited, the product issuer. Consider the videos before buying whether it's right for you. By the way, I'm with you on the berries.
This winter.
Hey, what's up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. Well, the footage that you just saw, one of a couple that we're going to feature today, was captured over Victoria, Australia, of what has been described as a mysterious, dark, disc-shaped object quietly and silently moving over the skies at a very quick and steady pace over the Australian suburb of Hastings, a suburb of Melbourne. And so you're seeing a zoomed-in shot here, and here in a minute we'll play with it, we'll increase the contrast. But this is truly intriguing. It's been a while since I've been able to post a really good piece of UFO footage. Some people wonder why I haven't been posting as many pieces of UFO footage lately, but that's only because, we've posted for years now all of the video of, just dots of white light in the distance, things of that nature. And so lately I've been much more selective of what I post, and I really only look out for the gems now, and that's on top of all of the other strange things happening both on and off the planet. So we're just expanding the channel and what we talk about. But this footage definitely caught my eye. I wanted to post it here. From what I can see, the object is large. It's almost perfectly circular, sort of oval, but I think that's just the angle that the object is flying over. It really doesn't seem to me to be a balloon or anything like that, mainly due to the speed of the object, the fact that it's moving so steadily through the sky. It doesn't stop, doesn't seem to be affected by wind gusts or anything like that. If you look at the end of the object, it looks to have some sort of just a little small protruding feature here. And then towards the end of the video, as it turns and the angle changes a little bit, we see a few more things coming off of the object, but it's just impossible to tell what these things are, what is attached to the object, but you can clearly see it moving back behind the trees. The source of the footage, a Miss Junilin Bitalak, posted it to YouTube, saying about the sighting, quote, "I dropped my mom to work that day, and on my way home I saw this strange object flying in the sky, so I pulled over on the side of the road and took a video of it. Can anyone please tell me what this is?" Now, as I've been analyzing this, it definitely seems legit. It doesn't look like a fake to me. A very mysterious UFO sighting, so I'm putting the word out to anyone over Hastings and Melbourne, Australia. If you saw this object, do send me an email and try to get video of it, and we'll see what more we can find out about this. So tell me what you guys think. Now, in other news regarding strange objects, not only seen in the sky, but it would appear something was being transported by a truck, well, a fleet of trucks through Mexico that, according to the source of the video, was being escorted by yet another fleet of federal and government police vehicles.
Estoy contando esto pues por si me llega a pasar algo, nomás para que quede grabado de que esto sucedió, que fue realidad. Hay mucha gente aquí de gobierno, anda vestidos de negro. Voy a mostrarles por el retrovisor. Vienen muchas unidades de gobierno de México. Entonces voy a seguir transmitiendo mientras me sea posible. Hoy es 29 de mayo.
Okay, so I got emailed this by a few different people. It was posted to Instagram, and although I don't speak Spanish, one of the viewers who sent it to me said that what the guy is saying, and you guys out there who do speak Spanish, you can feel free to correct me or clarify, but what a lot of people are saying that the man is saying here is that this unknown object actually fell from the sky. And that he says that he is making the video just in case something happens to him, and that he says that there were a lot of government vehicles, and he shows this in the side mirror to prove that he is not lying. And so as we're playing this over here, we have, well, you can see on the back of these vehicles, exceso dimensiones, which basically means excessive load, excessive dimensions, wide load. And these are the typical trucks that are used to haul massive objects, for construction sites and things like that. But what many have pointed out, and I've also gotten emails from other people in Mexico who saw this truck as well, was just the sheer amount of not only other trucks moving with the object, but this fleet of government vehicles, which, according to the information I've got, is seldom seen, especially in Mexico when transporting just typical, construction objects. Now, for comparison, here is a video from 2014, again, in Latin America, of once again another one of these trucks carrying an actual a piece to a construction site, a massive object, where it's just this lone truck. There's no massive fleet, an escort, and you can clearly tell, this is an object, a part of a construction site. You can see the nuts and bolts surrounding it, but in this new footage, whatever this object is being transported, it looks to be extremely reflective, metallic, but smooth. I can't see any nuts or bolts or rivets or anything like that. There's a few objects or surface features, rather, on the outside of the object, but there's nothing in this video that would tell me exactly what this object is. So again, the source of the footage from the information I got says that this object actually fell from the sky. Now, we don't have any information as of yet to corroborate that, but still, the fact that the object is being transported by these government vehicles and these blacked out SUVs, as they were described, is something to take note of. So what do you guys think this is? This is certainly not the first time that we have seen mysterious, some would say otherworldly-like objects or experimental craft, some have said, being transferred on the backs of these flatbed trucks. And well, here's a couple of those photos from over the years of these mysterious objects that also in many instances are being followed by an unusually large fleet of government vehicles. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. Have you ever seen one of these flatbed trucks carrying something mysterious, something that looked saucer-shaped or triangular-shaped? And could they be transferring something that had crashed down on Earth, something that's being constructed by us down here on Earth? I mean, they have to transfer this stuff at some point. And yeah, some of these images, some of these objects that have been seen over the years being transferred truly do look out of this world, at least on the face of it. And even if they're all natural, even if just 1% or one of these photographs truly did capture something otherworldly, well, that's enough evidence right there. It doesn't matter if all of them are real. Just one, that's all it takes. And the odds are in our favor, especially with all of the strange evidence and phenomenon that we have reported on here on the channel. So tell me what you guys think down below. And lastly today, an update to the ongoing story and mystery of these underground booms that have been shaking houses, putting cracks in the ground, rattling windows in homes and buildings all over the world. Well, this instance you may not have heard of because it actually happened back in September of last year, but it was in the news and then out of the news so quick, it was so quickly glossed over that many people believed there to be a cover-up. And this is truly a strange story. So we've been talking a lot about these underground rumblings. I'm of the opinion something is happening underground, whether it's construction, something is moving under there, these massive loud explosion-like sounds. And so this occurred in Australia, in southern Australia, where basically, just like in all of these other reports, people were woken up in the middle of the night between 1 and 2 a.m. to their houses shaking, their windows rattling, and what they described as just this massive explosion of sound. There was nothing like they had ever heard before. And so then, and after hundreds of people took to social media, the Australian Geoscience website and organization reported that there had been a 1.4 magnitude earthquake, and that was the tremor that they were feeling. However, the notice and the report of this earthquake was then quickly removed from the website, and the agency subsequently advised that instead of the event being caused by an earthquake, instead it had simply just been thunder, and that in fact there was no earthquake detected at all. leading many to believe that something wasn't right. And so yeah, again, hundreds of people felt it. It literally woke people up out of their sleep, shaking their houses, shaking windows, sending their animals into a frenzy, freaking them out. The Geoscience Australia seismologist David Love called it some, quote, unknown meteorological disturbance, later being chalked up to simple thunder. And this talk of temperature inversions, I've noticed something over the years is that these quote-unquote anomalous weather phenomena and this talk of temperature inversions has now become the go-to explanation for many of these mystery rumbles and ground activity that they just, you can liken it to them calling it a weather balloon, or light being bounced off of Venus, or swamp gas that they use to try to gloss over this. But the fact remains, they were so sure that it was an earthquake, then they removed that report with no explanation, then finally coming out later and just saying, well, it was just thunder, don't worry about it. But the people on the ground said this was not thunder. This shook their house. This knocked over photographs, sitting on the mantelpiece, knocked over glasses. And I can tell you this right now, nobody is buying this quote-unquote unusual weather. And again, the quickness with which this story was put up and then glossed over as if it had never happened left a lot of people who felt this feeling that something wasn't right and that there was much more to this nonsense explanation that these seismologists were putting forth. So, any of you guys in Southern Australia, if you felt this, put it down below. Tell me your thoughts, but one thing's for sure, this underground phenomenon does not seem to be slowing down at all, and we will continue posting on it as the reports come in. So with that today, I want to thank you all for stopping by. I've got much more coming. Follow me on social media, stop by and check out our online merch shop, support the channel, look sharp doing it, and I will see you guys all back in just a bit. Insomnia Team out.